What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be breaking down part 1 of the Gun Bunch defense. There's a lot to talk about in Gun Bunch after trying to record this video a few different times. I realized, like, holy crap, way too much to talk about in one video. So there's probably going to be 2 or 3 parts to this video. In this part, we're going to be talking about personnel for Gun Bunch, and we're going to be talking about a few basic adjustments you can do on defense to be able to shut down some of the popular plays like mesh post. And now my dog is currently trying to break into my room. He wants to play right now, but I can't. I gotta get you guys this defense out. So, in today's video, we're gonna be talking about personnel, some very simple adjustments you guys can be doing on defense. And so, starting off, we're gonna go ahead and go into coaching adjustments. Now, I already have this set. I set a lot of this stuff pre-video, so we can just kind of jump through it and explain the hoops. Zone drops. If you guys don't know about zone drops, I'll make a video specifically talking about a lot of the stuff in more detail. But going against a Gun Bunch player, here's the thing. Here's 3 things you got to look out for, okay? When you're facing any tier of Gun Bunch, whether it be a Skimbo Kiv, somewhere in the middle, or some bum on online head-to-head that's playing Gun Bunch on the short side, we're always looking for corners, posts, and crossers. Those are the 3 main things we have to worry about. Now, in Madden 21, the flats are a much more real threat. You must respect the flats this year. Otherwise, you're giving up 10, 20, 30 touchdowns if you do not respect them. Now, we can adjust as the game goes on, but to start off, if I'm facing any Gun Bunch player or really any player in general, I'm going to play passive and I'm going to let them have the underneath stuff at first. But as the game progresses, we're going to start shutting that stuff down, and they're going to either have to make a really good read or they're going to have to scramble and risk taking a fumble. So that's a really basic adjustment we're going to talk about at first is coaching adjustments going into your zone drops. Next, 3-3-5. Now this is the 4-6 playbook. 4-6 bear under is in here. That's the reason I'm probably going to run this playbook for the rest of the year. But we're going to be utilizing nickel 3-3-5. Starting off, linebackers, all of them gone. Get them out of the roster. You are now going to be using safeties at linebacker instead. Next, for the safety position, you're going to go ahead and put your best man coverage corners at safety. For example, we got Jair Alexander and then Kevin King. Kevin King just has speed. Jair Alexander, well, he's just an absolute animal. That's just going to be able to do very well when we start getting into cross manning. Talk about, as I was saying. So Tampa 2, let's just go ahead and get into Gun Bunch. I'm going to just do, we can't do random gun. We'll go random play on Gun Bunch. This is just going to be very, very basic stuff in this video. And if we can get to 20 likes, I know that's going to be a lot, but we got so close last time. 15 to 20 likes, we'll continue on with this scheme. So anytime somebody is coming out on Gun Bunch or any compressed set, press. Don't baseline press, because if you baseline press, you risk getting bombed over the top, especially if there is a misalignment. Do not baseline press. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do in any passing situation is pinch my D-line, slant them outside, QB contain. This just helps you get really good interior shit. Now, there's a few different plays we got to worry about. The biggest one that we got to be concerned about is mesh post. This is how I'm going to go ahead and often run my defense to start out with. And then I'm going to go ahead and man this guy up, and do something like this. Yeah, it may look really technical, but then we can back these guys off because these are safeties. This is Adrian Amos and this is Darnell Savage. We don't want to be playing press with them. Otherwise, well, GG's, you're getting bombed over the top. So just be aware of that. And then we're going to go ahead, cross man him to him. And then just user, you could even put this guy into a vert hook if you wanted to, or do whatever you want with him. And then just user whatever you think you may get beat. So just really, really simple adjustment. So we know this is a PA post shot. You can see right there, bang. This is just random plays. I didn't even know what they were calling. And you can see right there, completely and utterly bagged. So again, we'll do that one more time. This is just really simple stuff. We'll get into play-by-play specifics in separate videos. But this safety, I'm almost always going to crossman to this outside receiver. Even if they run verticals, the crossman will be able to catch up, and this is where speed is critical, to be able to get to that vertical and shut it down. The cloud flat's going to be playing back far enough and long enough to where the man up safety can catch up to him regardless of what route is ran. As always, just in case they do decide to streak Devontae Adams, we're going to back both clouds off. be sure that you are doing this every single time. Now, just in case it is mesh post, what we can also do is set something like this. But again, I'm going to keep it very complicated at first. If you notice that they are just hitting you with crossers and posts, well, then by all means, keep doing these simple adjustments. Practice it. Get used to quick adjustments. Do not click onto your safeties. You can also, if you are not manning up this safety, put him into an inside third, or do the following. Something, oops, not like that. Something like this. But oftentimes, I'm going to go ahead and leave that guy in a cloud, put him in an inside third, just in case something happens. Now, if we do not cross man this corner, this safety to the opposite side corner, or wide receiver, man, I'm struggling on English today. You have to run the risk of getting bombed over the top. If you are not manning him up, you are going to want to man him up every single time at one point. Otherwise, the cloud will give up and will allow one play touchdown if they streak him. So normally, we're almost always exclusively cross-manning this guy and using this linebacker. So again, we're going to go ahead and snap the ball. We're going to see what happens right there. Bang, we got the crosser, we got the post, we got everything bagged, shut down. Again, I'm just running random plays. I don't even know what they're calling on offense. I'm not even looking at the play. We'll press, back both these guys up, cross-man, oops. Cross-man. Sometimes the buttons don't always respond. Let's just go ahead and man this guy up, and do something like this. Again, it looks really complicated. But as you want to start to understand what exactly is going on with these cloud plats and start properly adjusting, you're going to have no problem whatsoever. This time it was a counter. You can see right there, counter blown up in the backfield. Counters, they don't work. Okay, it's too slow of a handoff. You get guys coming in too quickly. But again, you can see bagged. Every single time it is bagged. And then bang, do something like this. Again, we're just sticking with the same adjustments until they show us that they can actually beat them. And then you can see right there, we actually got somebody that's double manned up. So you can put him into a hook curl flat. If you have a curl flat set to 0, go ahead and slap him on a curl and do something like this. Snap the ball. We're going to see this time it is, again, HB counter. We're getting sheds. We'd be there as a user. It's random plays. I don't know what's going on at all. So very simple adjustments. And again, as we get into more specific plays like mesh post and start getting into these more elite tier adjustments, we're going to have to start making some different adjustments on defense. Again, remember the chart. There's a chart of Skimbo Kiv at the top, people in the middle that kind of know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And then there's people at the bottom that have never ran gun bunch before and are running gun bunch to the short side. Those kind of people. So there's always different tiers and you're always going to make different adjustments. But for the most part, we can start gun bunch out like this and just keep it simple. Put this guy into middle third, man him up, and just do something really, really basic to start out. Again, put this guy into a curl flat. Keep it really simple. Let's go ahead and snap the ball and see what this does. You can see right there, bang, we're going to go and take this guy over the top. You can see right there, bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, maybe they had the little spot route. But for the most part, oh my gosh, please get pass rush. We're going to take that play away fairly consistently. If they want the checkdowns, guess what? They can have the checkdowns. As they drive down the field, you're going to start adjusting. Maybe you need to cross-man less people. Maybe you just need to cross-man the safeties and drop both these guys and that guy into curl flats and then man him up and do something like this. Again, shift the line down, slant outside. Come on. Slant outside. Keep it contained. There we go. And then just take this guy, user him, snap the ball. We didn't get the sheds we wanted right there, but you can see right there, that's our only assignment is RB. The man does get beat by A, but eventually the cloud flat's going to be able to play him long enough for the man to catch up. And you saw, random play, no idea what that was, but we were able to take away every single thing. So just be aware when you are cross-manning people that you do have to know if there is something that's not manned up, that is more than likely going to be your assignment. So be careful about that. Interesting, if you pinch your D-line after you press, it shifts everybody. So we actually want to bring these guys down just a little bit further if you notice that, if for some reason they're doing that. But again, snap the ball. This time we can see verticals, bagged. There's nobody open. They had the check down, but if you want them to keep the check down, let them have the check down. If you don't want the check down, go ahead and man up a linebacker or a corner to that running back, and it's going to be completely smothered. Yeah, they may get 2 or 3 yards off of it, but eventually you're going to leave a vertical hook out there, shade down, and it's going to go ahead and just bag it up. In fact, if we shade down, notice what the hard flats do. Hard flats still dropping back 30 yards and still, again, leaving the check down. Curl flat, that would take that away 100% of the time because, again, we have curl flats set to 0. So some really basic stuff for defense for gun bunch. Again, I'm almost always exclusively cross-manning my safeties, and I'm playing a very passive defense, letting them have the underneath until you have to take it away. The way that I like to play defense against gun bunch is a very bend, don't break style of defense. At the point, you're kind of okay giving up 3, and then you're going to drive on offense, and obviously you're going to score a touchdown and outscore them. That's just how this game works, at least how I like to play it. Very simple stuff. In the next video, we're going to be talking specifically about mesh post. Some things you need to be aware of, some setups you'll see that you're going to be facing online. Again, depending on the tiers that you're facing, whether it be elite, gold, or bronze, you're going to have to kind of adjust depending on what you are facing. So that's going to take care of this video. Again, 15 likes. We're going to continue on breaking down gun bunch, deep corner, mesh post, corner strike, HB sweep. That's the play that is kind of nerve-wracking sometimes to some players. But a few different things you need to be worried about. And we're breaking it down in even more depth and going into more depth about coaching adjustments as well, with certain counters that you need to be worried about also. So that's going to take care of this video. Subscribe if you're new. This has been Team iShare. Get into the lab, guys. It is lab season. It's, yeah, practice. See ya.